There's some frequently asked questions regarding crimes against the legislative power. Does California prohibit so-called crimes against the legislative power? Yes, these provisions are found in Article 3, sections 9050 to 9056 of the California Government Code, and they're intended to combat crimes against the legislature and the legislative process. Can someone prevent the legislature from meeting? Government Code Section 9050 provides that every person who willfully and by force or fraud prevents the legislature, either of the houses composing the legislature or any of its members from meeting or organizing, is guilty of a felony. What happens if someone disturbs the legislature while in session? Government Code Section 9051 provides that every person who willfully disturbs the legislature or either of the houses composing the legislature while it's in session, or who commits any disorderly conduct in the immediate view and presence of either house tending to interrupt its proceedings or impair the respect due to its authority is guilty of a misdemeanor. Can someone alter drafts of legislative measures? Government Code Section 9052 provides that every person who fraudulently alters the draft of any bill or resolution which has been presented to either of the houses composing the legislature for passage or adoption with the intent to procure it to be passed or adopted by other house is guilty of a felony. Can someone alter enrolled bills or resolutions? Government Code Section 9053 provides that every person who fraudulently alters the enrolled copy of a bill or resolution which has been passed or adopted by the legislature with intent to procure it to be approved by the governor or printed or published by the state is guilty of a felony. Can someone publish an altered bill or resolution? Government Code Section 9053.5 provides that every person who intentionally, maliciously, with knowledge of the falsity and with the intent to defame a particular legislator, publishes or causes to be published any writing which purports to be a facsimile of an actual bill or resolution, which is not an exact copy, then is guilty of a misdemeanor. Is there an exception to publishing bills or resolutions? Yes, this government code section does not apply to the print media, the electronic media, or to news services. Can anyone obtain something of value from a legislator? Government Code Section 9054 provides that every person who obtains or seeks to obtain money or other things of value from another person upon a pretense, claim, or representation that he or she can or will improperly influence in any manner the action of any member of a legislative body regarding a vote or legislative matter is guilty of a felony. What happens if a legislator is convicted of a crime against the legislature? Government Code Section 9055 provides that every member of the legislature convicted of any crime defined in this article of the Government Code forfeits his or her office and is forever disqualified from holding any office in the state of California. And finally, can someone be paid after having gotten a legislative measure introduced or amended in an attempt to pass or defeat that measure? Government Code Section 9056 provides that any person who secures through their influence, knowingly exerted for that purpose, the introduction of a bill, resolution, or amendment in the state legislature and then solicits or accepts from a person at the introduction of that measure any pay or other valuable consideration to prevent or attempt to prevent the enactment is guilty of a crime and upon conviction is punishable by a fine not exceeding $10,000 or by imprisonment in a county jail for not more than 1 year.